welcome to Cosmic Cultivators. Today is a gardening homesteading skills video.
It is, and it's a
fail video.
Fail. And, you know, you're going to learn from our mistakes here. So, 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, whatever it was.
A little over 2 weeks ago.
You saw us on a live, and we planted, I think, over 200 seeds. Because of our excitement and wanting to get seeds into the soil, we forgot a very, very important step. And that step is sterilizing your soils, because you never know what is in your soil and what you could be using as a medium.
So, in a rush to get started and in the excitement, really, we all know what it's like to get to spring and want to plant our seeds as quick as possible. We bought pre-filled seed cells, and
much like you see here,
but already filled with a medium. So first of all, where we went wrong was we didn't pre-moisten our seed cell. So we had a serious problem with moisture lock, which is when you just your soil won't absorb the moisture. And on top of that, we also had a fungus issue develop. Yeah, you can flat out see the mold.
we're real life here. So this is a not so important tray, and what I mean by that is it's just your basic peas, beans, stuff like that. Weirdly enough, the cheap stuff actually succeeded in growing 100% of what you planted of what is it?
Blue snow
peas. 100% germination rate, even through the, what is it, dampening?
Yeah, it's called dampening off.
So we can show you every single tray here. Well, everything's no good. Here's another one.
So we did get one viable tomato plant that I am gonna desperately try to save.
Among a few others, there's a snowbird pea here and the blue snow peas that you saw.
Some of our melons and our cucumbers did come up, and as we're going through the trays, I'm gonna inspect them and see if they're worth saving or not worth saving.
Things you can suspect dampening problems is your stem will be thinner right at the soil level.
Right, yeah, right where your roots touch your soil.
Almost like
there's
it's being
a
gnawed
thinning
away.
that happens. And unfortunately, with dampening off, there is no fix. Like, once your plants are suffering from it, they're gonna die. So, thankfully, the tomato that I'm saving, its cell didn't seem, which is this one right here. Chris will hold it up.
Yeah.
It didn't seem to have any mold or anything growing in it, so I'm hoping that's actually one of our big toms that we saved from last year. So I'm hoping we can save that because it is our future generation of the tomatoes that we saved. There's a few others that I'm going to try to save only because we don't have replicas of them. Like, this was the last of them.
Like our pineapple tomato. Other varieties we planted over there with a video that you, I think, will see or have seen. I haven't figured out what order I'll put it in. Ways of preventing this.
Sanitize all your equipment, all your gardening equipment, and I am so guilty of it every single year.
We will be discarding all of the soil and sanitizing with straight up hydrogen peroxide in a spray bottle.
Which is somewhere around here.
You want to spray it, let it set for 15 minutes,
10 to 15.
10 to 15 minutes, and then go ahead and wash it properly with Dawn dish soap, something safe and
Yeah, Dawn dish soap isn't safe, but thanks for
I
your
thought
input.
dish soap was, Dawn dish soap was.
It's terrible and full of chemicals.
Oh my goodness.
So
listen to her then.
literally, I'm just hydrogen peroxide. I'm rinsing with really hot water, and we're gonna dry everything after the fact to make sure there's no extra moisture.
Then maybe apply another.
Yeah, we're probably gonna apply this right to the
See,
top
I'm
of the
still
soil.
learning. I thought Dawn was a good thing.
Some people,
It's safe for animals.
Some people will recommend Dawn, but I've been doing a lot of research on what we put on our bodies and everyday use stuff, and it's just full of toxins. So, Dr. Castile soap would be a really good option if you wanted something organic and safe. We do have some in the garden. I'm not going to run out there tonight and go get it though.
No, no.
So,
Another way of preventing this, another measure. and we
hydrogen peroxide. It's oxygen with an extra.
Yep, that is one. And here's a method that I suggested as well, is go ahead and stop the problem before it even begins.
Yeah.
So we also had an issue with the medium not taking water too much. So we should have pre-soaked our medium. That being said, if you need to pre-soak it, why don't you go ahead and use boiling water?
So boiling water will kill off most of everything, including people's arch nemesis, which is the fungus gnat. If there's any eggs in this soil, the boiling water will kill it. So it's a good way to go. We really need to get in the habit of doing it. We're notorious for not doing it.
We just like to jump right into it.
We just want to get the seeds in the ground.
So
But
speaking of that, we are going to go ahead and get this medium
soaking.
in hot water, let it cool off. We're going to fill up our tray that we have empty. We're going to show you some of the things we're going to replant here.
Yeah, let's get on to happier things.
That's right.
Okay, so while we're waiting for those to finish, I'm gonna get started on some of the smaller seed trays. I already finished sanitizing, and I am planting some onions, John. Some onions. Stay tuned for a future video to see what's so special about these onions. But yeah, so we're getting these started. Just a quick look at what we're doing. So for onions, you just want to broadcast your seeds, pat down, and water. You're good to go. On onions, make sure you are getting the right variety for your grow zone. So there are long day, there are short day, and there are intermediate day. If you are in the south, you want to be growing short day onions. North, you want to be growing long day onions, and in the middle of the two, you want to be growing intermediate onions. Just remembered that and wanted to make sure you knew.
So Gina's been sitting here diligently, carefully planting seeds again for the second time.
I'm also getting better at labeling. That's been a uphill battle.
Yeah, yeah, but we just wanted to come back and say real quick, just make sure you sanitize your soils.
Because this is a lot of work. It doesn't seem like putting seeds in dirt and labeling them is much, but
If you do it the right way, as far as sterilizing your mediums, spraying hydrogen peroxide for cleanliness.
so you can also do that with your actual plants itself. Once they pop up out of the soil, just to make sure that they don't have the problem of dampening off and all of these other things. I had to resort to using another soil to finish off this tray, but it's a full tray.
Yeah. Because we need another full tray.
So yeah, this is a long, tedious process. Do things the right way the first time. But we're always learning from our mistakes. We're still new at this, really. I
Yeah.
mean, 3 years in is
Well,
still
no,
pretty.
4.
It's our 4th growing season, but we have
Yes.
3 years under our belt.
But this is our 4th growing season, so we've only been doing this for 4 years. Just the little
We're
things.
still learning every day.
Little
It's-
things that jump up and bite you in the rear end.
So I'm gonna
Something as little as just, not
I'm
taking
gonna
care of
keep
your medium.
planting. I got 4 more to go. We decided that we're gonna be smart this time, and we're not gonna do any of our beans or our peas in these trays. We're just gonna
No more.
direct sow them.
Yeah, for now on.
We always jump the gun and do it because we want to get that early start, but at the end of the day, last year, we got the most peas we ever got in our entire life just by using Ragnarok's method,
Yeah.
which is, by the way, why it's a wonderful thing to be a part of this community, because you learn so much from everybody.
Yeah, just using nature to accompany nature.
And definitely, if you're not a part of this community, think about joining, because we can all learn from one another. I'm still learning every year. I have fun doing it.
I learned in this video, don't use Dawn dish soap.
You can't. Like I said, it's a controversial thing. I prefer not to because we try to use as organic as possible, and Dawn is not organic.
Yeah.
So if you want to use it for cleaning, and that's on you. But just as a tip, that Dr. Bronner's Castile soap, 100% organic. You don't have to worry about putting anything
Does
toxic.
the same thing. So,
Yeah.
I hope you learned something from this. We did.
I do want to just mention, so we're going to be planting, I've already got my tray of peppers over there, planting tomatoes, we got our onions planted. We're going to be doing the stuff that needs time to really grow.
And we'll be doing our squashes and zucchinis in the paper towel method because for us
we'll
it
do
works
a video on that.
amazing.
And instead of taking weeks to germinate, it'll happen in days. And it just makes life easier.
Yeah. Yep, it sure does.
So we'll be doing our smaller stuff in these. Lots of herbs this year, lots of herbs. I really want to,
Step up the herb game.
step up my game as far as herbalism goes and making my own tinctures and teas and
Yeah.
all that good stuff, because having medicine at your fingertips, pretty good thing to have.
That's right.
So I hope you learned something for this. We definitely learned something.
Yeah. And it cost us.
And cross your fingers for us that we have plenty of time. These will all germinate and be wonderful.
It was snowing yesterday. I think we have time.
April 21st, I believe, is our last frost date.
So we have almost 4 weeks to get this going. I think we're good.
All right. So keep us in your thoughts.
Peace, love, and happiness.